Yo, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. You already know the deal. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go and hop in the charts, facts, data, showing y'all what is going on for today and the rest of the week with stocks and crypto. Hopping in the charts now. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Bitcoin blasting to the upside, decoupling from stocks. Yesterday, stocks were completely red. Crypto market is green. Now, yes, stocks are getting some recovery bounce, and I'll talk to you guys about the stock market section, what's going on there, and what I think is going to be happening. But you can see Bitcoin absolutely blasting off as the dollar is starting to go down, and I'll talk about this more in the crypto section. But ladies and gentlemen, everything that I talked about in the macro is slowly coming into play. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys AMC and GME, what's going on for the meme stocks, and show you guys what's popping off. So look how the narrative has changed, ladies and gentlemen. They wanted you to believe that the meme stocks would cause the crash, but now it looks like they are blaming hedge funds, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a collapse. I don't want to scare people on the horizon. There is something on the horizon, coming on the horizon. This crash is going to get worse, and we are going to see pullback in the market, and they are going to need a scapegoat. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can see that they're already looking for scapegoats, and this is shown in the news articles, and it's just funny to see how the narrative has changed over time. Now, again, I showed you guys this in yesterday's video, guys, ladies and gentlemen, inverse Kramer effect in effect for AMC and GME. I told you guys we could see some upside, and we did see some green for the meme stock. So again, inverse Kramer effect in effect. And also, we are seeing positive and bullish articles come out about GameStop as well. I broke this down in yesterday's video. This is an article about GameStop's negative beta, and again, giving us more evidence that we will see the meme stocks flourish as the market continues down. Now, what I'm expecting here as far as AMC and GME are concerned, you can see AMC right now is consolidating. I'm thinking that we are going to eventually here tomorrow at some point in time break above 275. We might need to come back down and retest some of the lower levels, but I'm thinking 275 is on our horizon here for AMC stock. So I'm thinking once we break above 275, that's when we can start seeing some bullishness. You guys can see we can have this gap fill at 280 to 286. And again, AMC has multiple gap fills to the upside, but I told you guys, in my personal opinion, AMC has bottomed, okay? A lot of people don't believe it, but I believe AMC has bottomed. We have this falling wedge breakout right here where we have broken out of it. Yes, we pull back. I talked about this pullback, but most likely we're going to make a higher low than this low here at that wick down to like the 250, 245. We're going to make a higher low and then bounce back to the upside. That's most likely what's going to happen here for AMC stock. And it looks like as GameStop starts to push up, AMC will follow. Again, GameStop is going to be one of the triggers for everything. Again, it's because GameStop right now is in a position to really put a lot of pressure on the shorts. Both stocks do put pressure on the shorts, especially when they're moving up simultaneously. That's what we really want. But right now, GameStop is in a really good position as it is much closer to $30 to $35, which is the point where shorts really start to feel the pressure, as AMC is to $5.50 to $6. You can see how close GameStop is to that $30 to $35 level. It could easily make a move to the upside, and we've seen how fast GameStop can move. And I'll talk to you guys about what I'm thinking here in a second. But it looks like at any moment, we could take off, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the shorts. And again, that's why GameStop's going to be the trigger. Once GameStop starts moving towards $30 to $35, AMC is going to start moving a lot more aggressively. You mark my words, just watch. So don't sleep on AMC. AMC will pop off when the time is right. But right now they're trying to shake you out. Of course, drag it out. Again, they were dropping short shares all today for both of the meme stocks. We watched it live at key support and resistance levels. They would dump shares. Right now, 4.1 million short shares for GameStop stock. And right now, at time of recording, they have 4.1 million shares for AMC stock as well. Cost to borrow is sitting at 0.56% here for AMC, and cost to borrow is sitting at 0.27% for GME. Both of the meme stocks, again, cost to borrow coming down. We are seeing spikes in cost to borrow, which is bullish, but we want to see that cost to borrow remain up. So overall, that is leading in the right direction, but we want to see that cost to borrow remain elevated, and we want to realistic. That cost to borrow is extremely low, and as it being this low, that means they'll be able to get short shares to dump on our beloved meme stocks. Now again, short interest is starting to going up, showing just desperation. They are trying a lot to push these down, and that's increasing the short interest. More short interest equals a bigger short squeeze. Right now, 11.65% short interest for GME and 11.28% short interest for AMC. We want to see AMC break above that 275. I think we're going to use like 273, 272 as support tomorrow, and then push up to 275. If we break above 275, we could head to 280, and if we break above 280, we could head for this gap fill. I am expecting some bullishness here for AMC stock, as I did call for a green week for AMC stock, and it looks like we are going to start trying to get that green week here for AMC, and I did call for a green week as GME, and we are already on track for that green week for GME. Now, as far as GME is concerned and what we could see tomorrow, GME we want to see and break and hold, which we're already above the 2780. If we stay above this level, things are going to start getting nasty, and that's why shorts don't want us above this level, and that's why they worked hard during the day to make sure we don't stay above this level. I'm expecting to see a potential drop in the morning, probably retesting this level. We're probably going to see a little bit of excitement pre-market, and I'm hoping we do. That way it gives us enough room to drop down, but we don't want to make a gap fill. We don't want to make a big gap up, because then we might have to fill that gap. As you guys can see, we do have multiple gaps to the downside for GME that we do have to be aware of. But right now, GME is in this overall uptrend and looking bullish. And right now, if it stays above that 2780, it's primed to move, because once we get to $28, Gamma is definitely going to start kicking in. They're going to have to start hedging. If not, they already might have started hedging. But if we stay above $28, they're going to have to start hedging for sure. And there is a lot of call options activity here for GME, especially once we get past that $28 level. You can see right here at $30, there's $15,000 or 15,000 calls here alone in volume. So, I mean, things could get crazy as we start to move up this volume chain. 8,000 sitting at that $28 level. So again, as we start moving up, they're going to have to hedge for a lot of calls. $28 is a significant level. And then, of course, $30 and $35 would be the next major levels to see. If GameStop's able to break above and hold $30 to $35, you could see this thing get crazy, okay? But that's not happening right now. Right now, let's keep our heads on straight. We do have some sell walls above us that we do have to be aware of. Again, there's buy walls below us, and it looks like we might not have to worry about this rising wedge as we did break down, but we made this nice double bottom. Looking how bullish GameStop is. Nice double bottom, and it looks like we don't have to have this drawn out consolidation. It looks like we're going to start moving back to the upside. And again, if we get past $30, things could get very, very interesting here for GME stock. So I'm very excited on what we could see here for GME. Again, also GME clearly outperforming the market. If you go ahead and look at the monthly candle here for GME, we are up 24.5%. Wow, indexes like SPY are down 5 3/4%, 5.75%, and indexes like NASDAQ are down 5 3/4% as well. 3.7 or 5.77% down for NASDAQ. So indexes are down. GameStop is up over 24.5% for the month, outperforming the market. This is extremely bullish. Bitcoin is also outperforming the market, as it is up 11 and 74% as well. Majorly outperforming the market. So imagine when GameStop announces that they did buy the Bitcoin and it's officially on their balance sheet. That's going to make GameStop an absolute beast, even if the market is pulling back. And of course, if we get the margin calls from the market crashing, SPY being below 500, 450, you could see the meme stocks absolutely blast off. So this is what I'm looking at on the small term, short term. Again, also GameStop breaking out of this overall falling wedge with the price target of $28, which is mid-range, which we're heading to now, and then of course $30 to $35, and then beyond if we break above $30 to $35. But this falling wedge price target, again, I showed you guys, you take your high from your low. I mean, this thing says we could go to that $30 to $35 level based off this falling wedge, and it looks like we're heading there. So this is looking good. micro and macro. As far as what we want to see tomorrow, we want to stay above that 2780. GME is looking good in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and move into SPY in the overall stock market before this video gets too long. I want to try to keep these videos a little bit shorter and then wrap up this video. And again, we want to see that break above 2780, and then for AMC, we want to break above 275. Let's go ahead and move into SPY. Show you guys what's going on. SPY pushing up here in after hours. Nasty move to the upside. Is this a bull trap? Will this continue? Guys, I'm going to let you know right now. I believe that SPY is simply moving up to fill some of these gaps. I believe that once RSI gets overbought, we are going to move down. We did break above this sloping support and resistance here, which is very, very bullish, but we haven't broken above the macro sloping support and resistance. Now, if we did break above this, that's different. We're going to get a very nasty move if we use this as support, but we're probably going to reject from this because right now the alligator is still showing a lot of bearishness here on the daily time frame. You can see that we're still in a very, very, very powerful downtrend as the alligator spread very far apart, and we are in a very powerful downtrend. And of course, on the weekly time frame as well, we're in a very powerful downtrend. So most likely what we'll do is come up to this line, support and resistance, and reject down. We're just getting an RSI, low RSI recovery bounce because RSI was so oversold that you're going to get bounces on the way down. So this is very, very natural. I think that we're going to move up and try to fill some of these gaps. I think we could see a little bit of more bullishness continuation tomorrow. As far as data drops, we don't have much going on to interfere with it. So again, we could see a little bit more bullishness going into tomorrow, but I would be very, very careful because once this thing starts to get frothy, RSI starts to get overbought on multiple time frames, this thing is going to pull back, and we are already overbought on the 30, the hourly, and of course getting close on the 2 hour and the 4 hour as well. We have a little bit more room to run. So again, be careful because once we come up to the gap fills here at, again, there's gap fills at like 535, 544, 545. I think we'll start to pull back. So I do think we will see a little bit more bullish continuation up as we did break above the sloping support and resistance of the overall downtrend on the micro. But as far as the macro is concerned, we have not broken the overall downtrend. So again, the trend is your friend, and I do think we will continue down and have an overall red week in my personal opinion. So that's what I'm looking at for SPY. Let's go ahead and move into crypto and show you guys what's going on for crypto. So Bitcoin absolutely blasting off out of this falling wedge. I told you guys, I made shorts about it. Bitcoin is setting up for a nasty move. You can see right now here on the daily time frame, things are starting to look good as we are broken above the 200 moving average, the 50 moving average, and the 100 moving average here for BTC. If we remain above these moving averages, that is an extremely bullish signal. Also, it will make us have a golden cross as well, and being above the 200 moving average is a very, very bullish signal, especially on the daily time frame. So again, looks like crypto is going bullish again. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you guys understand what's really coming next. A major leg up is coming for BTC, and when Bitcoin makes this major leg up, that's when things are going to get crazy again. We are just starting this bull run on crypto. We have not seen an altcoin season. We have not seen euphoria yet, and I'm telling you that's coming later. Each and every time, okay, we consolidate after the halving in this blue purplish area. You can see it happens. We consolidate, but then we rally into the deep red, into the orange, into the yellow. You can see it's happened halving after halving after halving. Now we've recently just had the halving. We've been consolidating in this blue, this purple lower area. We are going to move to much crazier prices. 150, 200,000. I know it sounds crazy. Bitcoin is going to go insane, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's going to go to prices that people didn't fathom it could. Supply shock is going to come one day, especially too as well. This is looking deep into the future when all of the coins are mined, and we're going to see a short squeeze, the likes that you have never seen. Bitcoin is the asset, ladies and gentlemen. Some people can choose what to believe, whatever they want, and you have to do your own due diligence. But my personal opinion, Bitcoin is the #1 asset that you should own, okay? And that's why I own at least 50% of my portfolio right now. 60% of my portfolio is BTC over altcoins. I do own some altcoins as well, and the altcoins are performing well. But ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin has done very, very well. Again, up for the year still as well. And again, it just keeps making higher highs. Right now we're slightly down for this year, but overall we've upped after the past couple of years. And again, I think we're going to actually turn this year green as well. So Bitcoin is looking very, very good in my personal opinion. Breaking out of this overall falling wedge, broken above the key level of 91.6K. If we continue to hold 91.6K, expect 100K in no time, ladies and gentlemen, if we can stay above this level. Right now, RSI is getting pretty hot, so we might need to see a pullback, but we could go into a short squeeze. I told you guys a short squeeze could be coming for BTC, and right now, Bitcoin is up 8% for the week, and I'm talking about 10 to 20%. We could possibly lock in this week as Bitcoin starts to move up, and a lot of people are shorting it, but we broke out of this falling wedge. We're breaking above major moving averages, and if we stay and hold these levels, you're going to see Bitcoin really start to rocket again, especially if we stay above 91.6K. We're going to 100K plus and probably a new all-time high. Now, if we do have to pull back, we have support at 80 and 85K, so just keep that in mind. And also, I told you guys, when Bitcoin does well, altcoins are going to do well because Bitcoin dominance is so high. You can see we're moving out of the fear and greed into neutral, but Bitcoin dominance is at 61% still. So again, when Bitcoin does well, it runs 5-10%, then altcoins are going to run 10-20%. You can see that's exactly what's happening. Bitcoin's up 5%, Ethereum's up 10%, ADA's up 7%. So 20%, 10%. You can see that across the board on the crypto market. Again, if Bitcoin does well, altcoins will do well because Bitcoin dominance is so high. We haven't seen altcoin season. And if you haven't experienced like the crazy euphoria that comes with an altcoin season, like if you haven't experienced like this rally here on Bitcoin, like this rally here or this rally here, and you just see your portfolio literally double and altcoins doing 20-50% like in a day, just day over day, like you don't know how crazy it gets, man. The euphoria is wild, and I think we are going to see that after this next move up. Again, possible price targets for this falling wedge that we have here go all the way up to like 120, 150, man. So I'm happy to see what we could see from this falling wedge, and it's looking really, really good. I called the perfect price targets last time after the bull flag breakout, so I'm looking to call price targets this time. Looking good, man. So this is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If Bitcoin makes this move up towards 120, 150, altcoins are going to go insane, and people are going to go insane, and you could probably see this thing blast off. So Bitcoin setting up for something major, in my personal opinion. Don't sleep on it. And ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to crypto, 50% Bitcoin, 50% altcoins, in my personal opinion, and only top 100 altcoins. Meme coins are a no-no. They're going to disappear, in my personal opinion. Not financial advice, but you can make money. This was your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. We have a merch store link down below. You guys can check it out if you want to. We got premium merch, man. Premium merch. Check it out. You can get yourself matching hats, matching caps, double stitching, all of that good stuff. Very good quality. All of this stuff helps support the channel. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out the merch, man, I would appreciate it if you would cop yourself a t-shirt, rep DZ fan, man. That would help us out a lot, man. So I really appreciate y'all. And if you want to support the channel for absolutely free, again, just hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.